Here's some noise in the background. I got washing some clothes. Time to make another video. This is about preparation again. You can use this stuff for like egg scrambles, breakfast burritos. You can put it on a salad if you want. Going to be doing some fresh cilantro, nice red onion, some grape tomatoes, which are my favorite, and then bell peppers. The green bell peppers, I didn't realize this until I started doing a little bit of reading, are basically unripened versions of these. And there's even a purple bell pepper. Along with having vitamins A, C, and E, especially vitamin C, so do the tomatoes. Anything that's generally in the red category, like tomatoes, strawberries, raspberries, red bell peppers, also has high levels of lycopene, which is very important in your blood. For women, it helps to prevent and fight breast cancer and cervical cancer. For men, these little things here help prevent stroke and heart attack. So, you know, good health, a good dose of those in your diet is nice. The green ones are nowhere near as healthy as their ripened versions. And we got some English breakfast bacon on here. It's been peppered. And then some eggs. I'll wait to cook up the eggs till later. My brother-in-law and sister are at work. And we still got some tomatoes from yesterday. So we'll see how they want it. If they're even hungry. And two, if they want to eat. And we'll store it for later. Nice. And of course I got my drink. Dr. Pepper. I haven't looked up the health benefits to cilantro, but I'm assuming it's fairly high in vitamin K in the green. I took the time ahead of time to remove the stalks. They can be along the bitter side. Of course, the onions, both these and this one, are good for blood pressure. And I want to talk a little bit about is trainers, good ones, bad ones. Now, me, I consider myself lucky. I started at Swift Transportation, and the trainer that I got was actually a good trainer. He would sit in the side seat and give constructive criticism or feedback, however you want to put it. Or he'd take over driving and then basically explain why he's doing the things that he's doing. Bad trainers, on the other hand, or it seems like they're more predominant in the industry, where they just use you for extra mileage. Like right off the bat, you'll start out as a team where you'll be driving at night while they're in the back sleeping. Well, they ain't teaching you nothing. You're basically teaching yourself. And there's a lot of little nuances to driving a truck. Like, will you learn on your own? Yes. But it would, be greatly beneficial to have someone else who is to tell you about it ahead of time. Some of those skills you simply have to be told about, but you have to learn on your own. Like typing. Somebody can teach you how to type, but to get good at it, you simply have to do it. There's no two ways about it. So an example of a bad trainer, I know personally, I mean, it didn't happen to me personally, but to a friend of mine. She went to work for CRST, was getting her CDL then. And this guy was an owner-operator. Now, she's married, he's not. Well, she didn't have any problems training the guy. She didn't care. Well, he was basically forcing her to drive the truck at speeds that she was not comfortable with yet. like, 70, 75 miles per hour, downhill grades, but getting her to do things that she's just not ready for yet. And then to top it all off, he tried to get her to take their home time at his place, and she's married. Yeah, that didn't go over too well, especially with her husband. So she ended up quitting the industry. She had a bad taste in her mouth because of it, and hasn't went back since. If you run across someone like that, a bad trainer, one of the best things you can do for yourself is go request somebody else. It doesn't necessarily even have to be a bad trainer. If you're just uncomfortable with that person for any reason, go get somebody else. You'll have a lot better experience that way. Main reason I left Swift was my dispatcher. Now at the time, they actually had powers to fire you from the company. Now whether they still do or don't, I don't know. My guess is they probably do. Wouldn't surprise me any. My dispatcher told my wife, when I was married then, that he likes to keep his drivers on the verge of like they're going to be fired at any time. Which is just not a cool thing. So that's why I left Swift. And I've run across other drivers. They're having a great time at Swift. Making money, getting home time, and whatnot. So it does happen. But I think a lot of those people are on dedicated routes. Running like regional, for example, or doing local work. Where we hear the horror stories at is probably more from the over the roads. There's that. I guess you could call this a kind of a salsa if you want. Now for the tear, it brings me to tears. I actually got a little sack down here I'm throwing the junk into. Come on. Personally, I've always preferred the red onions. They're a little higher in nutritional content, and frankly, I like the flavor better. Just have to watch that core. It'll get you. Some of the other things truck drivers have been doing. That's not just truck drivers, of course. It's come on, let go. RVs, homeless people, campers. Come on, man, don't be taking a poop in the middle of public or on the client's property. Like shipper, receiver, or at Walmart, crawling up into the trailer and doing it like that. Or going in your cab, which is fine if you're prepared for it. But then throw it out on the ground, come on. Really? That's just not right. If you drive a truck long enough, you're going to have it happen. But, obviously you don't want to use this container. One, it's too small. And, of course, it's got the holes and whatnot. But, get a container that you can put a lid on, put some tape on it, and then I keep a back of my, behind the driver's seat. I keep one of those. And I use the blackout bags. So on the rare occasion that I do have to do the deed in the truck, basically I'm gonna put a lid on it, seal it up, then I take a plastic bag, tie it up good and tight, and then I throw it in the kitchen bag, and when it gets full, tie it off, of course, and then I'll either go to find a bin to put it in, or more than likely, I will be at say a pilot truck stop, and I will put it, it's got a lot of angle, in their big 55-gallon drums. which you're of course lined with, right? Which have liners in them, so it ends up at the damn garbage dump, which is where it should be. I mean, would it be in an ideal world? Would it be nice if that never happened? Yeah. But there are times you're going to catch salmonella, botulism, get the flu. And even if you're at a truck stop, the odds of when you feel it coming on, getting up, getting dressed, and making it to inside the truck stop before you explode and have a real embarrassing time are not very good. So, keeping a few of those around, yeah, definitely a good idea. But that's a much better solution than, than leaving it on the ground for all to see. I think I said this in the last video, but I was at a Flying J truck stop in Aurora, Colorado. Some guys stand beside this truck outside the door taking a peek. And that's on the concrete, so it's not going to absorb. It'll dry out, and then when the summertime comes around, it'll get rather stinky. There's that. I like this little device. Picked it at Walmart. $17. Works great. Okay. Even as good as that thing. Whew. And it's got me. Wasn't careful enough. Okay. There we go. Perfect. There we go. Yeah, maintaining your health in a truck can be rather difficult. But this is all stuff you can do inside the cab of the truck. Generally, inside of a day cab, not so much. But you're usually at home if you're driving a day cab. So you have options like you have to do it like this. But if you're like me, a long hauler and whatnot, I keep enough food stored in the truck to feed a small army normally. Do I eat like this all the time? Nope. But I try to about 2 or 3 times a week. During my 34-hour restarts, I'll take time to do some prep work like this. And of course, I'm doing cooking for 3 people at the moment, so I'm making more than normal. But there we go. But I typically will make myself up enough of this type of stuff, or the salsa that you see from the nachos, to last me, 4 or 5 days. And I keep a lot of cheater food around. I like dehydrated mashed potatoes, single servings. Just throw in some whole milk, some Kerrygold butter, the unsalted kind. It's a little on the spinnier side, but it's a healthier butter. It's not as good as the Amy's roll butter I got in here, but still, it's pretty good. Let's do this. Alright, there we go. Yeah, the steak dinner I made last night went over really well. For the last couple days, I've just been eating McDonald's, so having a 5-course meal made up and ready for it was a real treat. That video, I still have to upload, but it's there and ready to go. Probably going to town tomorrow, and my sister's business and upload it. Internet around here is only like 1.5 megabits per second, and they have a 2 gigabyte limit, and I'll be uploading. Well, that video is a little longer. It's about 45 minutes, so it's going to be in excess of 20 gigabytes. So if you imagine, I would completely destroy their data limit for the month. And not to mention it would take forever. Now, in a country like this, sometimes your options are kind of limited. Better business, you've got the charter high speed and no data limits, so they move along a lot quicker. The other video I uploaded took 4 hours. It was right at 19 gigabytes. Oops. Like the homemade bacon gravy. Most of the time when I get gravy, it's just standard store-bought white flour and milk combination, or your basic sausage gravy with chunks of sausage in it. Okay, there we go. Okay, looking good. There we go. Now for the bell peppers. These are very nutritious, and they have a much better flavor than their unripe green ones. The reds are the most popular, and as far as nutritional value goes and lycopene levels, they all contain about the same. I think the red is a little higher from what I read, but not enough to be significant. Let's see. Yeah, putting all 3 of them in there wouldn't work too well. Okay. Some of my favorite ones are the mini sweet ones. Yeah, a little more, a little higher sugar content in them than what these do. Nutrition-wise, they're about the same. They just have a little, like I said, sweeter flavor to them. I think they're only about yay big. I also had stuffed bell pepper soup last night. That was good. The spicy salsas I normally add in lemon, lime, and orange juice. I need some nice quality grapeseed oil, but I'm not going to do that with this. Okay. Yeah, we're just about done. The chopping these up used to be a pain in the butt. Now it's a lot better. Cuts are fine. Now I'm starting to get a little full. Okay, that. Okay, I need a spoon. Normally a truck I only make like a third to a quarter of this amount. But man, this is for 3 people or more. I also got a nephew and his wife, and her kids also enjoy this type of stuff. It's not the type of cooking they're used to, but they like it. Wisconsin, I picked up some smoked pepper jack cheese for my wife, my nephew's wife, and her kid. I got some Carolina Reaper cheddar cheese. He's the only one that, I mean, I like it, but out of that family, he's the only one that likes it. It's too hot for everybody else. So it gets you coming and going. Got that reasonably well mixed up. End up with something like that. Stop by Nick Bud's Meat Market. It's pepper bacon, English breakfast bacon. Eggs, quality ones. Things cost about $5 per 12. Worth the double. Okay. We'll just do a quick one, since I'm just cooking for myself at the moment. We'll look into that. Milk. And missing something here. Maybe not. Gotta have my Dr. Pepper. Just a touch of grapeseed oil. Has a neutral flavor to it. You can outright drink this if you wanted. I think 2 eggs should be enough. Come here. Huh? Busted. Better leave it in by a carton with an egg busted. Okay. Lid on it. Now in the truck, there's no way I would make up this much. It would go bad before I would use it all. Smelling good. I'll cook up the bacon later. Right now my stomach's beginning to rumble a little bit. Never have been able to do the one-handed thing with eggs. Maybe I don't practice enough, I'm not sure. Got your milk. Salt. Normally I use Himalayan pink salt and fresh cracked pepper in the grinder. But that's out in the truck. I don't feel like going getting it. I said turn it into breakfast burrito, egg scrambled like I'm doing. An omelet. Put this stuff on your salads. All sorts of uses. Sometimes instead of doing egg scramble, I'll make up hash browns and I'll put let's call it the salsa. I'll cook it like I did beforehand, and then put it in the hash browns. Cook it up that way, and then have the eggs over easy. Anyways, that should be good enough for the video. That's essentially what it's going to end up looking like, and it is very tasty.